Welcome into the Division Finals edition of Today in the NA. I'm your guy, Vinny Paracelli. We are down to 8 teams in the quest for the Robertson Cup, and we are exactly 2 weeks away from the start of the Robertson Cup tournament. We'll take a look at each matchup, take a look at some highlights from last night, and take a look at some of the players to watch over the next few weeks. Before we get to all that, we've got some college commitments coming out of the NAHL. New Jersey Titans defenseman Holden Beetle has committed to St. Mary's University. The native of Roxborough Park, California, had a pair of goals and 11 assists this season to give him 13 points. Jared Doman of the Amarillo Bulls has committed to Adrian College from Novi, Michigan. Doman played 15 games with the Lone Star Brahmas before being acquired by the Bulls. He finished the year with 12 goals and 19 assists in 43 games. He was also named an NAHL top prospect, where he had an assist in the 2-game tournament. George Granis didn't play long in the NAHL, but he already earned a scholarship. The forward from Duluth, Minnesota, will be playing his college hockey at Clarkson University. Granis joined Bismarck in March and had a goal and 4 assists in his 8 games with the Bobcats. Minnesota Magicians forward Davis Kirkendall is committed to play college hockey at St. John's University. The 21-year-old just finished up his 2nd season in Minnesota. He scored 10 goals and added 10 assists. In his NAHL career, Kirkendall had 14 goals and 21 assists. Mitch Wollensky has committed to the Air Force Academy to play his college hockey. As a Lincoln, Rhode Island native, didn't start the season until January, but he was able to put up 10 goals and 6 assists in 23 games. He now has 37 points in 64 career games. Charlie Wyand of the Minnesota Magicians announced his commitment to the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. The defenseman from Rosemont, Minnesota, just wrapped up his 2nd season in the NAHL. He had 7 goals and 20 points this past season, and for his NA career, he had 10 goals and 22 assists. Time to talk playoffs. The East Division Final started last night as the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights landed the first punch. They defeated Philadelphia 4-1 as Curtis Carlson, Thomas Farrell, Matt Kidney, and Reed Robinson all found the back of the net in the win. Christian Stover continued his hot play as he stopped 25 of 26 shots. Taking a look at the season series, the Rebels won 8 of the 12 meetings with the Knights in the regular season. Philadelphia is looking to reach the Robertson Cup tournament for the 3rd straight season. Meanwhile, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights are looking for their 2nd playoff series win in team history. For the Knights, a couple of players to watch are Gabe Temple, who led his team with 4 points in their first-round series against New Jersey, and goaltender Christian Stover, who caught fire in the final 2 games of the series as he stopped 100 of 102 shots thrown his way. For the Rebels, it's veterans Brandon Stanley and Jensen Zerbin. Stanley had 6 points in the first-round series, 5 of those points coming in games 4 and 5. Zerbin had 5 points in the first round and has points in each of his last 4. In the Central Division, the 4th-seeded Minot Minotauros are looking to do what Aberdeen did a season ago after upsetting the Wings in the first round. Their second-round test will be the Austin Bruins. Austin won the season series 5-3, but Minot took the last 2, sweeping the Bruins in Minot. Austin took down the Minnesota Wilderness in 4 games and will look for their top line to stay hot. Players to watch in this series for Minot include Nolan Sawchuk. He led the Toros with 5 points in the first round. Another name that will be talked about is Samu Lonkula. He had 2 39-save shutouts in the series against Aberdeen, with the second coming in the winner-take-all Game 5. He comes into the series with a .934 save percentage and the potential to steal a game or 2 for Minot. For the Bruins, Valdemar Albury had 4 points in the first-round series, had a hat trick during the final weekend of the regular season, so he's playing his best hockey at the right time. The franchise's all-time points leader, Travis Beetle, is looking to end his junior career with a championship, and he owns the Minotauros. He played in just 6 of the 8 head-to-head matchups, but in those 6 games, Beetle had 5 goals and 11 points. The Toros will have to keep the Austin captain in check if they want to win this series. In the Midwest, the Janesville Jets are looking to return to the Robertson Cup tournament, but in their way are the NAHL regular season champions, the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. The Dogs won the season series 5-1, but 4 of those 6 games went to overtime or a shootout. Players to watch on the Jets are MVP candidate Yakov Novak, who led the league with 73 points in the regular season. Although he dominated the rest of the league, he only had 2 points in 6 games against the Ice Dogs. Janesville will need him to stay on his current hot streak if they want to win this series. Sam Renlund has also caught fire for the Jets as he ended the regular season with a 7-game point streak and has 4 points in 3 postseason games. For Fairbanks, the player to watch is goaltender Josh Benson. Benson didn't see much rubber in the first round and will need to be on his game as he looks to slow down the top line of Janesville. 16 Fairbanks players also collected points in the series against Minnesota, so they're very dangerous from top to bottom. In the South Division Final, we have the defending champion Lone Star Brahmas taking on the Shreveport Mudbugs. If the regular season was any indication, this is going to be a low-scoring series that has the potential to see every game go to overtime. Lone Star won the season series 5-3 with 3 games going to overtime or a shootout. The player to watch in this series is Mitch Gibson, a potential NHL draft pick that has just owned the Mudbugs this season. Gibson has played Shreveport 7 times this year and shut them out 5 times. The crazy part is he only has 4 wins. That's right, Gibson got credit for a shutout in a 1-0 shootout loss way back in September. For the year, Gibson is 4-1-2 with a .42 goals against average and a .980 save percentage against the Mudbugs. As for skaters, defenseman Connor Stewart lit up Odessa with 4 points in the 3-game sweep, and of course, Lone Star has the championship experience factor going into this one. As for Shreveport, Ryan Burnett has 6 points in round 1. He's on fire. Cameron Cook had 3 goals, so he's got the scoring touch going. Georgi Fedorov and Cole Quisenberry have also found the back of the net a couple times. And let's not forget the team's leading scorer in the regular season, Jordan Fader. The Bugs will need all the offense they can get, as they only scored 3 goals in regulation all season against Lone Star. That battle begins tonight at 7-11. As previously mentioned, we are 2 weeks away from the start of the Robertson Cup tournament at Fogarty Arena in Blaine, Minnesota. Get your hotels and rental cars booked at robertsoncup.com. You can also find ticket info as well on our website. Find the North American Hockey League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Our handle is NAHL Hockey. One division final has started. The other 3 all get underway in just a few hours. Watch every game of the Robertson Cup playoffs on Hockey TV. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Today in the NA. We hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you enjoy the next round of playoffs, and we hope to see you all next week. My name is Vinny Paracelli, and we'll see you all next time.